So the recently released annual crime statistics show that Edmonton maintained a consistent ranking in most major crime statistic categories between 2021 and 2022. The annual StatsCan numbers outline similar concerns for most large cities across Canada, and of course our city is not an exception to that. The level of violence that many of our cities are experiencing is a national issue and not an anomaly being experienced by a few metropolitan communities. And while we are pleased that Edmonton's crime numbers are somewhat better than some other large cities across Canada, I want to be very, very clear that our increasing violent crime rate in Edmonton remains quite alarming.
What I'm going to walk through with you today is a bit of a high-level summary of the 2022 statistics from StatsCan's perspective, but primarily from the Edmonton Police Service and municipality perspective. So from the City of Edmonton's perspective, the total crime severity increased by 5% or plus 5 between 2021 and 2022. What makes up those CSI ratings in the city? Primarily, you're looking at these top 10s as the drivers for the CSI in the City of Edmonton. So breaking and entering, robbery, theft, etc. The total crime rate increased by 8% or an extra 653 occurrences between 2021 and 2022. Again, that's a number of crimes per 100,000. You'll note the last few years we had a downward trend, and then we've turned it around, unfortunately, in the wrong direction this year. Last year we had made a different path than most of the large cities in Canada, but we appear to be attaching to the same types of numbers we're seeing elsewhere, as the chief had mentioned. The violent crime severity essentially remained unchanged from last year. So remember, this is the relative severity number. This does not equate to the volume of violent crime, which I'll speak to shortly. But essentially, we've been relatively flat for the severity of our crime over the last few years. Unfortunately, our violent crime went up 13% between 2021 and 2022, and I will show you, unfortunately, at the end of this slide, that it continues in an upward trend in 2023 as well. And you've seen a number of random or violent incidents take place over the last few months, and unfortunately, these are something that we really need to get on top of as partners in the community and as other parts of the justice system as well. On the nonviolent side, the severity of nonviolence went up 7% last year. These are items that are property crimes or other crimes that involve the thefts, etc. Breaking enterings, number 1, theft 5,000. These are the drivers in the community, unfortunately, for property related crime. When we speak about statistics, I know we get lost in the numbers sometimes, but these are people behind these items. They aren't just a number within a deck, and they aren't just a number in a news story that goes by. They're people whose lives go on, and they're traumatized by the incidents that take place over the course of time.